Hey, this is Mark the Meerkat with Grok Trade with the two trades of the day. But first of all, on this Veterans Day, we want to honor those who have served and sacrificed for our nation, for our freedoms, and especially our financial freedoms. We honor you. All right, let's take a look at SRNE. SRNE here, it was two trades here on this one today. So in pre-market, wasn't doing much, and then at 9 o'clock market time, boom, it took off up here and was doing what we call a bull pullback here, a bull pullback. This yellow line represents the market open. Now, each of these candles is just 1 minute on my day trading chart, and here it was resting right at this, what we call the R1 pivot line, and just below the 20 moving average. So I was setting the trade here, letting it break out, and it could catch me. So let's see what happened next year, and boom, it popped up here, and I got in at 629. 629, I am long on SRNE. Now, when I get into an order exactly 1% behind here, so at 623 is where my stop was automatically activated. So this red line here represents my stop, and let's see where we go from here. Now look at that. When it broke out, always check the volume. Boom, big volume here when it broke out here. So now it's just resting up here on top of 630. All right, taking his time. And now I'm going to bring my stop up just a little bit, reduce my risk here to 626. It has to dip below my entry area there, the 630 acting as nice support. Let's see if it now rolls back up. Sure enough, we got another big huge volume spike there, and now it's here at the 640 area, acting using 640 as resistance. So it was 630 resistance down here, then it was support, now 640. So I went ahead and I sold half of it right here at 638 for 1.4% on the first half. That's what my trading rules say to do. If it stalls at a line of resistance, go ahead and take out partial. This is what we call giving you a chance for your position to run. That's right. Cut your losers short, let your winners run. And that's how you do it. And now let's see what happened after that. And now I'm bringing my stop up here in the money here at 631. And there it is. Now it's up to 648. I'm going to bring my stop up here just under 634. Just keep now I'm in the money stop here, and I have already got. I'm going to have a zero risk trade here. Whoa! Look at this go! Look at it go! Boom! 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 Look at that! Now I hit up here and it spiked up here to almost to 680. And so I'm bringing my stop up along this 8 EMA here as we're going along this 8 EMA, and then look at that! Bam! It dropped down here. It stopped me out at 669 for 6.4% on the second half. So on this first trade here, it was a bull pullback, and then when it broke out above this pivot line here, I got in, and then I just managed it until it spiked way down. Now, how much of a spike down is that? That is let's see here. That is almost a 3. That was over a 3% drop. A 3% drop there when it got me out. So now again, this 680 here. Right there. So I went ahead and I set up an order right away. If this was going to be a bull pullback, I wanted to get in again. So I set up a trade here on the second half here. Let's see what happened here next. It's moving its way up here. Now it's basing just under this 680, so I'm setting the trade just above that. If it breaks out above 680, I want to be long, especially if there's volume involved. And then boom, it breaks out. Look at the volume. 500,000 shares for 2 minutes in a row. Breaks out, and I got in at $6.88, 688. I'm now long for a second time here on SRNE. And let's see where we go from there. Oh, look at that, starting to run up here. And then here it was stalling here right at 720, just under 720. So again, my rule says what? If it stops in a line of resistance area, that's 720, and again, had nice volume on the way up. I'm going to go ahead and take out my partial. So I took out it at 717 for 4.2%. 4.2% there in just a couple of moments. So let's take a look here at next. We have it going to now it's just basing right there after I took out my half, and just basing to bring in my stop. Oops, here's bringing my stop up here along this 8 EMA. Right at the 709 area, and let's see what happened here next. And bam, look at that, it crashed from 724 was its high of day, and then dropped to 690. That is a what? That's a 4% drop. 4% in 1 minute. It just dropped, and it stopped me out. I was at 709, but I got stopped out at 706 for 2.6% on the second half. So let's take a look at this second trade here, and it did a bull pullback here, but then it was a high basing here right under the 680. As soon as it broke out from the 680, I got in, and when it stalled up here, I went ahead and took out my half, but then it snapped down 4%. Tough to defend against that, and stopped me out on the second half. So this total second trade was for 3.4% in 8 minutes. That's right, just 8 minutes. And when it fell down, look at how big the volume was. Now, ironically, when I'm recording this here at 2:30 in the afternoon, that is the high of day for SRNE, and even though it's up 10% on the day now, that was the high, that little green square. That was the absolute high of the day so far. So so we take a look at both of these trades together here. This was almost 7% just on these two trades. But I had 11 trades today in the Grok day trading chat room. Here's take a look at those results from today. It was an interesting day here on the markets, and that was that we had 11 trades. And again, the trade number 3 here was the first trade that I showed you for 3.9%, and then trade number 9 here was my next trade, and it was for 3.4%. Now, I had several trades going on in between there. Now, ironically, if you take a look, those were my two biggest trades of the day by far. I did have one on NIO here for 2.6, but all the rest were expense trades today. My little tiny expense trades. In fact, if you take a look at my statistics for today, I was just 4 of 11 called trades that I actually got into for only 36% success rate. That's right, folks. Our target is at least making money on 6 out of 10 trades. Didn't happen today. But 0 errors. I follow my trading rules exactly. And then, but this is the big one. As I said, we need to let our winners run and cut our losers short. How do you measure that? Well, when you have an income trade, what's the average of all my income trades? I didn't have that many today, but what was the average of them? And then what was the average of your expense trades? So today, again, our target is to be 1.6 to 1 minimum, and 2 to 1 is our stretch goal. And what's that saying is that, for example, the 1.6 to 1, that I make $1.60 on average for each income trade versus for every dollar that I have on an expense trade. But today I was at 5.6 to 1. That's outrageously high. And I didn't have a lot of them, but that's how I could make up having only 36% success rate versus but it was because of that. I was able to come up with almost 7% today, 6.99% today, which is above our 5% goal per day and below our 10%. But man, with just only 36% success rate, I'm real happy with that. Now, this is not a portfolio return for those who are new to my videos. This is a return on how much you have invested. So, for example, our model portfolio for the chat room is to invest $10,000 per trade, but then you're going to have a 1% attached stop. That means you're risking $100 per trade. But for every 1% in the money that you make in net, then that's going to be about $100. So we made about $690 today in the first 2 hours of the market. Not a bad job if you can get it, right? So that's what our stats were for today. And now we've had an exceptional week here. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Monday we were over 20%. 20%. That's $2,000 in our model portfolio if you're trading the $10,000 lot size. And then yesterday we were at 10%, and today they're at 6.9. So we're at 38% net for the week so far. Our weekly target, 5% per day, is 25%. 50% is our stretch goal. We still have 2 more days to trade, folks. So, wow, that's great. And we're at 66% success rate, even with that small one today. Look at this. We were at 80% success rate yesterday. So, again, for the week, we're at 66. We're above our 60% target. So, we're having a really good week here. And at the same time, the volatility has been bleeding out of the market rather quickly. So if you'd like to join us in the Grok Day Trading Chat Room, you can. Just go to groktrade.com, groktrade.com. Up here it says Day Trading Chat Room, and you can go there and you can see my first half a year results, and you can read all about it. There's tons of stuff to read about it. There's even a free webinar if you want to go to it right here. How to win at day trading. You can go to that as well and find out a little bit about our room. Again, we trade from when the market opens at 9:30 until about 11:30, just the first 2 hours of the market. Again, those are Eastern time or New York time. Market time is where we trade, and you're welcome to do that. I call them where I'm set up, ready to go. When I'm in the trade, I'm telling you where my stops are and why I'm putting them where I am. Again, you can join us on a monthly basis or an annual basis, but either one, 7-day risk-free trial, 5 trading days. See if it works for you. If it does, stay with us, and if it doesn't, well, then it was okay. It was no harm, no foul. We'll get you a full refund. This is Mark the Meerkat, and again, once again, this is important. On this Veterans Day, we honor those who have served our country and sacrificed for our country so that we can have the financial freedoms to trade the markets. Trade well, and may your winners run.